And we are in danger if we don't concentrate on this, or concentrate on keeping our basics and our distinctiveness, of becoming a looser, less cohesive, and a more individualistic type society. Emphasis on self. Society duty, the government's duty, society's duty is to allow my individual fulfillment. Who says so? It's axiomatic. You don't have to ask. Everybody knows that. You see the newspapers, you see the TV features. Fulfillment is the answer to life. Who will guarantee you 3 square meals a day, a safe roof over your head, that you won't be attacked and captured and destroyed? Ask the foreign correspondents who write this how we guarantee that. But they're not interested. They're interested in purveying their set of values. They start off with those premises. And particularly the Americans, they come from the most wealthy civilization. They believe if we follow them, we will become wealthy like them. Now, strange thing is the Japanese have not followed them and are getting wealthier. And those who followed the Americans are getting poorer. So, we accept as a fact of life that we will always be maybe 20%, maybe even 25% less dynamic, less cohesive than, say, the Koreans or the Taiwanese. Or even Hong Kong. If Hong Kong had a self-governing identity, they could develop this trust. I read the Cao Pao and I read the Straits Times, and I know that after long years now they are converging. They are looking at the world through more or less the same spectacles. But I read Brita and I know that I change spectacles each time. Different astigmatism. They are interested in totally different things. And it is the way Singapore is. And just as a matter of passing interest, really more than passing interest. I mean, I say it's passing interest, but it's deep. I looked at the election results in Malaysia. Yes, the DAP won. But did they win the Malay vote? Where 60% and above of the voters were Chinese, the DAP won 15 out of 15 seats. They contested 15, they won all 15. Where Chinese voters, Malay voters were more than 30%. The DAP contested 13 seats and won 1. This is not secret. I mean, this is our High Commission in Kuala Lumpur did the analysis and passed it on. I read it. It means that even the urban Malay voter, whatever his grievances, housing, jobs, etc., decided no. I will vote for the MCA or the Gerakan because they are going to be part of Barisan Nasional, which is controlled by the biggest party, UMNO. And that makes sense for them. But whether, of course, that will solve the urban problem is another matter. But those are facts. And the relationship there, under totally different circumstances, does have its influence on us, because there are relatives straddling the causeway, both Malays, Chinese, Indians. True, we are becoming gradually different, but very gradually. And what happens there, intercommunal relations, like it or not, has its spillover effects on us. We watch their television, they watch ours in Johor. So, remember, we are not like any other society which is homogeneous. It is this political base that determines what we achieve in economic terms. If the political base is fractured, like in Sri Lanka, nothing will be achieved. Indeed, there are a group of aid donors have told them, if you don't solve this, they are going to call it quits, because it's a waste of time. Sinking money in order that they will buy more guns to shoot each other up and blow each other up. We intervened with Mandarin, promoted it, and asked people to drop dialects. Big uproar. It was the right decision, right? If we had not done that, then the teaching of Mandarin in schools must fail, because we know they can't cope. So why are you teaching a language which they will not use? It was interference in a personal preserve, intervention, but it was necessary intervention. 1980, we stopped all television broadcasts in dialects. Brave unhappiness. Many MPs told me, why not relent, have a little bit. I said, no, we've waited so long, let's try. 1986, all the old folk now can understand Mandarin. They may not be able to speak it, but they watch the programs and they understand what's going on. So it has succeeded. Let me just recite briefly the other things we intervene in. Spitting. We started in 1958. If you have been to China, mainland, you know. It's an ancient Chinese tradition. Yes. So sometimes when we have special guests, we have special spittoons. We bring them out. But is it a good idea? Can we not change? We believe we could. And we have changed. For the better. Healthier. Littering, we started in 1968. Not so personal, but nevertheless. Courtesy, we started in 1979. Now, killer litter. Should we intervene? We can just look the other way and occasionally some people die or get maimed or injured. Can't be helped. Well, there are two approaches. I think I believe as Singaporeans become more westernized in their values and attitudes, they believe they got to have all the rights and privileges. I say, right, this is a new phase. Give them the option. You decide. You make up your mind. You exercise the choice. You pay the price. Any constituency that says, absolve me from the killer litter law, exempt me, and people can be killed, right, we will exempt them. Let them have the choice.